Hi everyone,
Hello.
welcome to Dyson Dynamics. I am the person that usually reads you in, Fish. Joining with us today are my fellow co-players and my DM. We have Sam Mars, the DM, Jason, and we're leaving it off last with Mark, who separately of us has gotten an affiliate thing on his stream. So if you like VR Ghost of
If you
Torkoff
like the game VR Ghost of Tabor, please go follow me on my channel, Crawler TV. Thank you, Fish.
and buy an
She
energy
did her
drink.
best.
Yes.
Stop spending money on Red Bull because I know that's what you're getting. I know you're not making the Sunday drive sober and clear of mind.
You're drinking that Monster Energy mocha flavor. I know you are.
Yeah,
Buy a
this
different energy
this
drink.
is a threat. Kill yourself.
With that, I'll actually plug the National Suicide Hotline. Please don't do that. And if you need help, please reach out to someone. All right. With that, welcome back, everyone. Last we left our heroes, they um, had gained the benefits of a hero's feast as they had dinner in the Tower of with the Archmage Mordenkainen after their return through space and time. After their return, the tower itself was set upon by a war machine, which the party dealt with and took in a former crew member of that particular war machine and learned that the tower was likely under threat by the warlord, the warlord of Avernus, Ragadraga, a weird boar who sort of controls or fights demons around this area of the map. And after completing their hero's feast and they set out in their newly repainted war machine into the Avernian wastes looking for Ragadraga. And that is where we will pick up.
It is early in the morning. Jeremy's dropping by Siobhan's. Jeremina is in her skivvies, like in very much like grandma panties and then a bullet bra. And her tail is kind of like nodding and unknotting itself, folding itself into a pretzel, kind of wiggling with anxiety, and she'll very gently rap on Siobhan's door. Wait, I cannot express this enough. The smallest amount of time anybody has ever waited for a response in the history of Faerun, and will, like, bang on the door.
Bang as in coming in, or like two gentle knocks and then a.
Yeah, like two very gentle, like, hello, sweetheart. And then she's like slamming her fist so hard on the door
Hold
it's
on.
rattling. Oh my god, it's taking fucking longer than I thought. They better be like scissoring or something in there.
Is Rhea in the room?
Yes.
Siobhan has woken up, and though the previous day she had asked for Rhea to help, she is currently futzing with the 3-inch deep v-neck that she has been forced to wear by Jeremina while Rhea prepares whatever Rhea is doing. And upon hearing the bang, she's going to be like, oh my fucking, it's, I know there's not a lot of concept of time in here, but it still feels too early. Do you want her to come in?
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, come in.
Jeremina walks in, sees them, and she goes, oh,
They're at opposite ends of the room.
you're more dressed than I thought. I came undressed because I thought I was gonna catch y'all at an opportune time.
You always stay alert. There's no inopportune time.
She'll close the door behind her. So, we we need to have a little pre-conversation about the soul coin thing because and she'll kind of fix her hair, which is like frizzy. uh I mean, she doesn't have a lot of it, but what is growing in is like, I mean, it's frizz. It's bad. And she'll take a seat, cross her legs very primly. Uh I don't okay. So I thought about it all night. I didn't get very much of a sleep, but then again, who who does? Um, I've got a compromise fixed because here's my thing. I don't like Marty being in the engine room and then also talking to the soul coins. Like I feel like there's very much a I'm seeing a lot of myself in her. And are you following where my train of thought is going? Because every time I'm
You've
like,
got
wow,
self-esteem issues.
no, yes, I mean, yes, but yes, wait,
If you're seeing yourself in Marty and you don't like what you're seeing, then you've got self-esteem issues.
no, that's a fair point. But another thing is the things that I'm seeing in Marty, like for example, Marty doesn't have my unerring, indomitable confidence and my ability to clear the room and make everyone else leave. Um, I feel like the seduction of giving herself all into her work has the siren's call has ensnared her, etc. We need to cut this in the bud.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
So
that the way to go about it is probably to say that ultimately, if the souls that are going into the soul coins are in hell, there's not much else for them to go. Can I do much else about it?
yeah,
Because what are
I
you gonna
don't
do if you learn about someone who's in a soul coin in hell? If they run out of motes, what's gonna happen to them? They're gonna die again anyway, double death. Better to make them useful.
yeah, I guess where I'm going at it is I, I feel like staving off not talking to the soul coins, it has to give Marty some kind of a purpose, some kind of I don't know. I mean, she. I hope I'm not projecting, but I mean, she wants to care, right? She wants to nurture and protect, and I feel like the soul coins are such a good way of doing that. I just don't think she should do it alone.
Are you also going to talk to the soul coins? Is that what you're saying? Or are you gonna say
No,
that
I just want to be in the room too. I mean, they're our soul coins, they're not hers. And another thing I'm concerned about is her saying that the engine is her duty. I maybe we had settled on it. It's been a long couple of weeks and I've gotten my head bludgeoned in a few times. But I don't think we can afford to have someone take on such a massive responsibility by herself.
well, to be fair, when we did initially do this, Marty took up the mantle herself, and so I suppose I can see where that's coming from. When she took up the mantle herself, I believed her competent enough to do so. Are you concerned that she doesn't have the wherewithal to do it
Now, I think
alone?
she's got the wherewithal. I mean, of all of us, I think Marty is the most capable in what she does. no offense, man, Marty's got years of study on us that we just don't have. I wasn't even taught by anybody in my craft. I just feel like 50 something years of being a little sickly kid doesn't leave you. Um, I guess what I'm
That's
going
a
at,
statement in and of itself.
I guess what I want to approach her with is I don't know. I guess we get to be in the room with you and the soul coins. She can talk to them by herself, that's fine, but something like that or getting out of the engine room because I don't think working where you sleep is good for her. I mean, I'm not
Do
going to
you want to
say
set up
that.
a date? Do you want to set up the? It sounds horrible. Do you want to set up date nights? Like nights where we all have dinner together and whatnot to kind of.
I just, the card nuts are lonely. There's only so many times you can play Three Dragon Ante against Lulu, who is incapable of cheating or being taught the rules.
So that's a
Um,
yes. I'm hearing a yes. You want to have a
yes,
distinct
I want
time
them,
set.
but I want them. I don't think that's what's. I mean, maybe we just bring up the concerns with Marty and we go, here's our concerns. We need to figure out something. And then we go from there. But either way, I'm not a big fan of the trajectory of how this is rolling. I also don't think I think it would be wise if Marty was to take one of us under her heel and teach him how to do the boat. Because if Marty dies, or gets in a deal, or gets feeble minded, or I've got a long laundry list of things that can happen to Marty that can impair her. I mean, just absolutely keeps me up at night thinking about it. Um, and God, people are just so fragile. I mean, fuck. What if EV-3 goes like insane one day? Just absolutely like Terminator, fucking
I
kill.
don't think that EV3 has that capacity unless Marty goes insane first.
Right, and then, but either way, we kind of lose the only person who knows how to operate the machine. And I mean, Clank and Clonk are great, but they don't like me. And I mean,
Do you know that?
there's you guys as also. Oh yes, I do know that. I did set. I did go crazy the week you guys were gone.
While Jeremina is talking, Siobhan manages to get it laced up, but she can't. For some reason, she just like can't manage to tie it, and there's like a sigh of exasperation. She's like, Raya, can you please help?"
She will.
Jeremina does not look. She turns around, faces the wall.
That's really funny because Rhea was definitely trying to be as unobtrusive about it as possible to not get in the midst of you guys' discussion.
And Siobhan was desperately trying to do anything but ask Rhea for help. She stood there like Jeremina had been talking for the past 5 minutes, and Siobhan had just been like deep breaths.
Yeah, she'll finish tying it off, give you like a tap on the shoulder, and then we'll actually exit.
Bye, Rhea.
Uh, Bye.
Uh, Jeremina will close the door after Rhea, and Jeremina will hop off the table, turn around, walk up to Siobhan, and she'll say, "Do you not have tank tops, honey?"
Siobhan looks down to her ace bandaged chest.
I,
No.
I gave you that deep cut because I assumed you got tank tops.
No, Jeremy and I do not.
Okay. Did it work? Has she been looking?
You can't see, but Siobhan is like rubbing the bridge of her nose. It's like,
Oh no, Jeremy's like in Siobhan's face now. Well, I mean, I'm
it's
not
not gonna
trying.
happen.
What's not gonna happen?
Whatever you're wanting to happen.
I don't want for anything to happen. It only gets me disappointed.
Is that why you gave Rhea a crew neck and you gave me this?
Well, I gave you that because you need breeze and motion, and because I thought you had tank tops. Freya is more suited for hot climates given her heavy armor training, but you prefer it breezy. It was for modularity. And also to make you a little bit sluttier, but I also thought you had a little tank top situation so it wouldn't be that bad.
No.
I'll make you up a little tank top so it isn't that slutty.
Thank you. That would be much appreciated.
Can I also make you a little bandeau situation? I do not like you wearing ace bandages. Baby, that's bad for you.
I mean, sure. You're gonna have to teach me
Okay.
how to put it on.
That that's fine. I'm always wanted to be kind of like a girl mom. Not that I see you as my daughter. I'm saying
So, Marty,
I don't know. I see Marty as like my niece.
the situation we're dealing with, Jeremina.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. So what's your take?
I think that something like a night where at least 2 or 3 people are available to interact and talk, or otherwise, at least one person is available to talk with Marty, would probably help.
I like that. And I
If
think we all could spend a little more time in the engine room.
yes, and I do agree with the fact about learning at least the very basics of how to run a hill machine. Because if something were to happen to Marty, we'd be shit out of luck. And I think that the first person who might have a knack for it is Jaco.
Oh my god, I was just thinking that. Chiffon, you are so smart.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I like that. I think that's good. It'll get Jacko involved, and I think we'll give him. Jeremina will like. I just like this wave of emotion will sweep over her face, and her face will contort, and she'll say, "Turned into a little werewolf against his will."
Yeah.
It's dreadful.
And he's here from the Prime Material as well.
Yeah, and he doesn't know how long he's been here.
That might be us in however long. There's no clocks down here, I've realised.
I got us a clock. I mean, I broke it, but there is a clock. I mean, it is kind of already starting to be us just a little bit. Do you know how long we've been down here?
No, I don't.
2 months, give or
Only two
take.
months?
Give or take.
Only amount I know is that every day, put a question mark on that one, there's that one radio station that Margie keys into, that's just numbers.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go finish getting dressed.
Do you want to approach her as a group, or like as in group? I mean, like you and me. Since otherwise,
I think that's good. We can have Lulu as like a little mediator. I don't think there is any really good way to not put Marty on edge about it. Um, do you want to lead? And let's catch
I'm
Marty
not.
after breakfast.
I'm not exactly the most soft touch, Jeremina. So I don't know if I'd be the best person to go up and talk to
Okay.
her first.
Okay. Yeah, I've got it. I can be diplomatic. But I'm gonna go get dressed. Let's finish up breakfast, and then uh, let's make sure Marty doesn't succumb to the hails.
She
All right.
succumbs to the madness.
Uh,
Uh,
with with
oh
that, oh, sorry.
no. At the end of their conversation, Siobhan will go over and just like she's fashioned something to hold the chalice in against her belt, and so she just puts that on and says, "All right, let's go."
Right. Marty, Checo, what are you guys up to as this conversation unfolds this morning? Where no
Marty
small
is
morning.
making breakfast for the group.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Uh, Jacko's Jacko's basically going over the book that Mordecai helped him decipher, and looking over every spell to make sure he understands what they do, so that way he can like use them. About it.
Okay, fair enough. I will. Yes. Okay. So, you all convene for breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
and I assume that the war machine is trundling its way across the open fields of Avernus. So, the first thing is that the radio this morning, as predicted in Siobhan and Jeremy's discussion, does indeed jump to life, and it begins reading numbers.
Oh shit.
Um, it reads the sequence you are all familiar with: 466965 6F662056, with 56 being your uh, newly granted number. And
Hmm.
I can post a
I got it.
updated. Okay. Um, all right. With that, what is all of your strategy in locating the warband of Raga Draga and his dragon crew?
So I
Hmm.
say I go really high up in the air, and then if I see something that's got bowers on it, that's not gonna work. What if we put Jaco on the mast and we wave him around, and then whoever is like, "Oh, that's our boy Jaco," we wipe him off the face of the map.
Maybe.
Okay? Not, I don't like that you guys said maybe. I said those things so that everyone else felt confident sharing their ideas because I already said the worst ones out loud. Um,
Yeah, I would not appreciate that. Thank you.
see, I would not use you like that. I promise.
We're not going to push him up on a flagpole. That'd be
No, the
demeaning.
mast. We don't have a flagpole.
Either way, it's demeaning.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said it was a bad idea.
Jason,
God, Siobhan.
Jason, given the fact that Jaco was obviously unwilling, so he was basically sat in the passengers, is there anything that he was told to help with the driver to like get back to the main group if they survived? or is it
No,
or
you
is
were
it
not provided any instruction
everything
as
was need
far
to
as
know?
directions go. Yeah, it was likely that the driver had whatever navigation capability and return coordinates or path. You would not have had that.
We could go back to where you all found me and see if the start there at least.
Mhm. Maybe there's some sort of like beacon on some of the maybe
Oh, I
see
have
if
no
there's any way
idea.
to like because I'm sure Bragger Dragon would be kind of pissed if you guys left without just sort of like GTFOs instead of actually doing what you were saying you're doing. So
Well,
maybe they would have some sort of something on it.
well, she kinda did do what we were supposed to. It just wasn't into a wall like we were supposed to.
Well, I
So,
mean, yeah, but like, if you hadn't, like, is there a way for him to know that you didn't?
no, no, the last one that went out and did that, basically, after about a week ago, he went, well, they're not back, so they probably blew up. Okay, let's send the next one, which was me.
Huh?
Love
Okay.
that.
Hmm?
I love it.
So I guess the best thing is to start where the wreckage was, and maybe we could go from there. See if there's anything.
Well, it's worth a shot at least, right?
Well, I mean, that does mean we gotta turn around, right?
You all
Because we,
also did paw through the wreckage and didn't really find much of note, with the
Hmm.
exception of Jacob himself.
Hmm.
okay.
In the
Oh,
camera, of course.
oh, actually, Jaco,
Yes,
how do you know vaguely how long you guys were traveling for?
Jason.
You would know that it was like within one like working day's time. Like you did not take a rest in between or along your travel path, so it was likely somewhere between 8 to 18 hours worth of travel.
Um, wasn't that long. Well, I say that long. I didn't sleep, so kind of did it all day, and then we found the tower, and yeah. So however long
Okay.
we drove, but it wasn't a so.
Okay, so they have to be somewhere close by, vaguely, and we know that. From what direction did Jaco, the truck, the Jaco's car come from?
It would be the same way that you all departed when you were traveling towards the Bone Brambles. So it's in that
Okay, which
general
is like
direction.
okay, so maybe somewhere in that direction, like be that north, south, east. He was like east. Uh, so a day's out in that direction is what we kind of know, more or less.
Pretty much. That's about all you'd be able to kind of determine based on the information available to you.
So that's at least something. And then theoretically, like how big is the warband, Jaco?
Oh, there's a lot.
Okay.
There's at
So
least, if I
what
remember, 4 suicide tanks. I I don't remember seeing kept going laboratory. So
okay.
a lot.
So then like they wouldn't be able to like just not leave a trail. So we should be able to like head like a day's out in that direction. See if we come across any tracks and follow those.
Probably.
That's at least something, right?
No, probably. That way.
Does that sound
Sounds
good
good.
to you, Jimmy?
Yeah,
sounds so to me.
make sure we're prepared for war. I'll go get kitted up in my armor.
All right.
Oh, Marty, excellent work on the breakfast. And Jeremina will stand up, walk around, and go
Nope.
on the top of Marty's head.
Well, has this happened before? Is Marty used to
I
this?
mean, yeah, no, I think this has
Okay,
happened
yeah.
before. Yeah,
Mar-
I
Marty accepts this. She doesn't react.
um, Jeremina will kind of swirl around awkwardly, and she'll say, "I used to do that to Olan."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Siobhan, you were meant to be some dementia up old woman's granddaughter, the way you just go along with things.
I, one day you guys might meet my cousin and my sister, and it might make all sense then.
I bet they're fucking crazy.
They're fucking insane.
Oh my god, my cat is growling in her sleep. She's
Aww.
fighting. Ooh,
Get it, baby
ooh.
girl.
She's
Get it.
hissing.
Oh, baby.
Off we go.
But yeah, Jermina will walk off to go get armored up. Um,
All right. Um, is there anything else before the traveling day rolls over?
yes.
My god. Oh.
Oh.
What is Marty doing at like right after lunch?
Hmm. I think after lunch, what Marty would be doing is uh going over her daily maintenance checklist, like turning, unturning all the various valves, checking to make sure that everything is like in working order, oiling anything that needs to be oiled, and then and sort of like working her way back up to the from bottom up, um, and sort of like letting EB3 pilot for the time being.
I think Jermina waits until Marty's done with the checklist, but kind of makes like her presence and a little bit of her intention known. And as Marty is like finishing up the last few checklists, because I mean, if it's daily, this is a pattern, this is a routine.
Mm-hmm.
Jermina like leaves and then comes back with Siobhan. And Jermina has like, I think, a very remarkably novel expression of like apology on her face. And she'll say, "Baby."
Marty will look up at Jeremina with deep, dark, uh,
The little
brown
blue eyes.
eyes, innocent eyes, and just say,
Oh, oh, sweetie, you've just got the eyes of a little baby seal. Your
You
eyes
know,
are
that's
just
actually
so,
not the first time I've heard that.
oh, that's so sweet. Well,
Focus.
no, I'm very sorry to be the, uh, seal hunter that's about to club the back of your head. We need to talk about the soul coin situation, baby girl.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it brisk and to the point. I don't really know any other way to sugarcoat it, sweetling. You talking to the soul coins is troubling. I mean, just outside of the logistics, that is a lot to keep in yourself. You've
I mean,
been
go ahead.
You've been worked up with the engine. I'm scared of what it could be establishing and where it could lead us.
Like, in what way do you mean?
I mean, people who end up in soul coins, they've got a few words to,
You.
I assume, wheel you in. I can't imagine a person that's in a soul coin is in the best suited of mind. We're not in great situations, and you're strong-willed, you're constitutioned, but you care about these things a lot more than Siobhan does, certainly, a lot more than I do, by far. Um, and I think it's scary for you to do that alone.
I appreciate your concern, Jeremina, but like it's not that big a deal, I don't think. I mean, it's just kind of sorting, making sure what we're using isn't like bad. And
Uh,
like or is bad, I guess, technically in this way. And also like I don't know, sort of used to working on my own for the most part.
so the issue with that is, Marty, is that every time you talk to a soul coin, a mote goes away.
Yes, that is the thing that happens, but I only ever ask one question. I'm not talking like day in, day out with a single soul coin.
That's not the point. The point is that there are significant mileage that we could be getting out of the coin that is now lost. Even
I
one
mean,
question costs us distance.
see, actually, I've been thinking about the soul coins and like the way that they well, the soul coins, but specifically the infernal engine. It's honestly pretty uh like inefficient in general. Like you could be getting a lot more mileage out of a single soul coin.
Are you going to be able to optimize that while we're on the go?
I'm actually working on that right now.
But in the interim, before you manage to get that optimization, can we afford any less motes than we have now?
Hmm. Hmm.
And there is an
Jason.
extent,
Oh.
Marty, that uh, not downplaying your vital roles in our lethal situations by God. The amount of times you've saved my ass and cut down people. We are bleeding and dying for these soul coins. And it does, you know, just they're all our soul coins to an extent.
I haven't forgotten that.
Jeremina will I think she makes a I think she makes a face that is like gut wrenchingly similar to Silke's. I
Oh
think she
no.
kind of like lifts her eyebrows and purses her lips, squints her eyes, and then her face relaxes. And she'll like compose herself very finely.
At current, until you can manage to optimize our soul engine, we cannot afford any less motes. And I understand that these are all people who have lost their lives, and they may be confused as to why they're in hell, but in the end, they're all meeting the same fate. Whether you ask them questions or not, whether or not you ascertain where they're from, after their soul coin has been used up, we don't know where they go. They
No.
simply have been used up. The only
Hmm.
thing that you are burdening yourself with by asking them questions is emotional baggage that is better left to the people remembering them on the surface.
Mhm.
I do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'm not opposed to Marty being able to ask a question of a soul coin every now and then until an optimization process has happened. I mean, we all have baggage that we want to have.
Want is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that phrase, but okay.
Jermina will purse her lips, but she'll turn her body towards Marty and kind of gesture at her to speak. I think trying to offer as much of like a comforting body, like inviting. Um,
Hmm. Okay. DM. Uh,
Yes.
how much longer do you think the optimizations will take Marty? How much longer?
I mean, I would say probably not that long. It's likely something that the next time that the engine is empty, you could probably try.
Okay. So
Which I believe when the war
Marty.
machine was parked, it had like 1/3 a fill on it. So you
Mhm.
guys are running on that current.
Okay. So Marty will kind of relax a little, like over the course of the conversation. She's definitely been tense, uh, in the same way one would be with any sort of serious talk with one's like familial uh stuff. Like you get the feeling this is exactly how she talks to her mother. She's very used to being in this situation, and she is. But as like specifically Jeremina has talked about like not being opposed to the idea of asking questions and sort of like knowing what they're doing in the situation. Like she is definitely relaxed a little bit, and she'll uh say to the group, okay, I understand the concern. Like it, like obviously it's like a weird situation to be in, and having other people to sort of like talk with about like what they're saying and sort of being there would not be a bad thing. Um, so we currently have about a third of a tank of fuel left before I have to replenish. I think I'll be able to try out my new optimizations then without too much trouble. And then I can tweak and everything, but I think for the next time we have to refuel, I can just do that.
okay.
I was gonna say Siobhan looks at Jeremina.
I I think that's fair. Second item on the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
If you die, get maimed, disabled, impaired, incapacitated, unconscious. Am I forgetting any other synonym for fucked up?
Incapacitated?
No, I already said incapacitated.
Oh yeah, you did.
Paralyzed.
Paralyzed.
Paralyzed. Um,
But either way,
We
other adjectives for being fucked up.
we
mhm.
will be fucked up if anything, and I mean anything, anything remotely happens to you. If a beholder fucking gets you with his lobotomy ray, we're fucked.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so you need to take someone under your wing, and I want to be so clear, Marty. I feel like I might have come in a little bit too soft. Siobhan has, I mean, fantastically carried us. These are not optional. These are
Mhm.
mandatory. Um,
No, that makes perfect sense, honestly.
you need to teach someone how to take it over. But idealistically, it would be all of us. Realistically, no. I'm dumb as a brick. I don't know my left from my right. I had to get it tattooed on my hands.
Oh, that's what those are.
Yeah, well, I also have stitches. You can see I've got 6 inches across.
Yeah, I
my
saw
hip.
that. That's
I've
really nice.
got a foot meter. Anyways, thank you.
Mhm.
Uh, take Jacob under your wing.
Is that wise?
Yes.
He's still pretty new.
Eh, see, my thing with Jaco is my heart breaks for him. I mean, the way he was cowed up and left for dead, I think this is a huge show of trust that if he fails to meet, we kill him. But it'll give him independence and a function on this job that I think will reward him and benefit him.
I mean, having an extra pair of hands will be too helpful. Will be helpful so long as Yeah, like yeah, I could do that. I don't see why not. At least,
All
like
right.
given yeah, like so long as we have like a backup plan in case he decides to betray us all. Like
I cannot imagine how he could betray us. Not gonna lie. I
well, I
mean,
And
what,
mean
if he
he's
did,
fabric.
it would not be in his best interests, and he seems like someone who is pursuing his best interests currently.
that is
Uh,
true.
as far as I can see, and I'm very familiar with men like Jaco, he wants to live. Fucking us over is the quickest way to get him not living because I will come back from the dead and put him in the grave he put me in.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
thank you. Oh my god. Guys are so sweet. Um,
I would never doubt you for a second, Jeremy. No.
thank you, honey. Third,
Mm.
card nights are no longer optional. On God, every night we are on the road, every other night, whatever, we are going to make time for each other. We're going to share things with each other. The door incident that I had with the gate and the teleportation circle thing cannot be repeated. And it is only because we are such small mites in the grand plan of demon domination that my tomfuckery did not. I'm week on. Fuck, I know it's mostly kind of my problem. We got to start sharing things with each other. Oh my god, we cannot be secretive anymore.
I haven't.
Mhm.
No, I was going to say I haven't been secretive. Just nobody's been asking questions.
Which is a little. I mean, nobody asked me questions about the pictures all up on my wall. But just if it's pertinent, for example, someone with a lich undead hand scratching at the wall, maybe speak up and go, "Hey,
What should I be doing about my lich hand?
yeah, well, what should we be doing? I mean, could we have done anything? Fuck no.
There's
God.
absolutely nothing we could have been done about
No.
that.
But we all could have been informed. Why? You guys should be coming down harder on me about that. I am the only one eating up about it.
Yeah, it wasn't preferable. I will say that at least.
But I will be
Look,
more forthwith.
Hmm. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Marty. I appreciate you saying that. Now, Siobhan,
what? I was going to
what?
say that if it's if you're the only person who's being eaten up by it,
What?
then yes, it's better for you to say something about it because clearly we're not to be arsed about it. until it becomes an issue.
All right. Glad that that's settled. I just also want to say another additional thing. Plant this idea in your head. If we get to the point, if we are at that stage for a round in the area, I would like to lay dibs on the sword of Zariel.
Why?
mean,
Other than that,
okay.
she's your mom.
And
Why?
also, like, I think you're the only one that can really wield it.
Yeah, 1, I can wield it. 2, birthright. I mean, there's a whole slew of reasons, but mostly birthright.
Mm-hmm.
There's,
Do we know what this sort of Zariel is capable of doing, though?
I mean, killing shit, right? I mean, the whole thing
I
is
mean,
that it can restore the archangel, not the arch devil or demon or whatever, but the angel of her, and end it. End all of this.
I mean, that would be nice.
I just wanted to put it there. If we're around it, if we're near it, I wanted to make my interest known.
That makes sense to me. I mean, we reserve the right that if for whatever reason you turn evil, that,
Oh, what do you mean by turn evil?
like, if you decide to betray the party and, like, I don't know, like, join your mom and, like, be like, actually, all the souls of Elturel, they can be mine now, or something like that. Like, I don't think the dibs, so long as you are within the party, the dibs
Oh,
stands
yeah,
up.
I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, at that point, I'm a different person. And I mean, just like kill me. I mean,
Yeah.
try. You can, I think EV-3, I think if EV-3 tried to kill me, I'd like let her for the toxicity of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
would
would be
love
poetic.
to be killed by my wife.
Yeah. Which, Jeremy, now,
Yeah, honey.
I know you're very attached to EV3.
I love her.
It is a little bit concerning that you are treating it as not an inanimate object.
I
Because it
think
does
we've
not
got
have
concerns
feelings.
about treating things that are inanimate objects, but like people all around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking to soul coins. Do not have room to talk. I get my thing with EV-3. You get your thing with the soul coins.
I think what is
Well,
happening here is that we're all desperate to reach out to something, but we don't trust each other enough to do so.
That's
with each other.
With each other,
Essentially,
yeah.
well. The thing is, nobody here is 6'9".
If you're
And
using the height as an excuse, you're too far gone. Anyways.
of course I
and
am.
also, in my case, the soul coins actually have souls and they're actually people.
Pardon you?
And
I may not have a soul right now, but
oh
I am
yeah.
a person.
Oh, insensitive.
I'm never going to
Marty.
give EV3
Oh
a
my.
soul. Do you know how war machines are made? Warforged are made? It's fucking terrifying. I'm not going to do that.
Well, you were mean to Siobhan. Siobhan doesn't have a soul.
Siobhan has a soul. It's just sold to someone. Same way yours is.
Yeah, but I know
Neither
where
of us have
mine
souls,
is.
Jeremina.
What?
Neither of us technically have souls.
Well, no, I mean, I have a soul. It is with me.
Yeah.
But Siobhan's isn't.
Yeah,
And
it is.
also, you don't know what the future has in store
Mine's
for
like a
AV-3.
like an academic loan. You know that newly developed college? I think Strixhaven it's called. Yeah, it's like that.
Strixhaven isn't newly developed. I went to school there like 20 years ago. No, 10 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah,
But yeah.
time passes by. Didn't he have a little girlfriend back then?
For a summer.
Player. Oh my god, Marty over here breaking hearts, taking names. All right, well, can I go tell Jaco that he's your new apprentice?
Sure.
Oh yeah. Jermina will leave her armor
As you
like
turn around,
clanging.
Jaco's just standing right.
Oh my god, Jaco, guess what?
Oh, what's that?
Oh god, I'm not used to
Marty-
looking down.
You are Marty's new apprentice. Marty's going to show you around the basics of the ship. We thought it was a good way to get you involved. Make sure you know that you are an independent prisoner.
Oh, so I'm still.
Oxymoron. Immediately.
Yeah, it's almost like I did it for humor. Oh my god. Jermina, are you capable of doing things that are funny on
I'm not.
purpose? This is sarcasm, Siobhan.
At least when you guys get into
I'm
arguments, you don't try to
I
rip
feel
each
like
other's
I'm
heads off.
experiencing a microaggression currently. I can't explain why.
You're not even a redhead. You have nothing going on.
Oh, Jeremina, if only you knew.
Okay, well then fucking tell me then.
Siobhan is going to reach into her pocket, and she actually has a small wooden booklet, and she opens it, and the first two pictures there are Rosalina, who is a full curly-haired redhead, and her cousin Darwin, who's a strawberry blonde.
Okay.
Wait, so you dye it?
No, I've got black hair naturally.
Yeah, you're fine.
Then don't be stealing your. Fuck, what's the term? Like when people wear our fucking like.
Look, the
I
point
have been-
is,
Don't stolen valor your cousins then.
no, I'm showing Jeremina this to tell her that I know exactly. I know the game. I know the grift.
Oh.
I'm also a natural redhead. You just have to ignore all the grays in my hair right now.
That's Rosalina right there. She is a natural redhead. And that is Darwin. That's my cousin on my mum's side. And that's Rowan. Rowan is mousy brown hair, missing his entire left side.
What?
What?
Yeah, it's what the booklet's made out of. Wood. Anyways, Jacob, have fun with your new little apprenticeship. I'm gonna take E-3 dancing. Alright, bye.
Oh, okay. EV3. EV3 isn't programmed for. Okay, come on. Just
EV3 knows how to bachata, send tweet.
just make sure you tell EV3 that you're going to teach them that ahead of time, so that way they go into their learning
I
protocol.
already did.
Okay.
I can communicate. And Jermina's like skipping away, and her armor's just making the most like horrific sound. Keys jangling to the
It sounds like
thousand.
pots banging together.
Yeah.
Question for Jeremina.
What?
Has she taught EV3 how to skip?
Not yet.
But that is a threat.
We are
Oh,
gonna
boy.
get there though.
Oh no. Alright, just wanted to make sure.
All right. Um, with that, is there anything else left to do before we roll over to the next travel day?
Marty goes over how to drive the war machine with Jaco. Jaco, how often does the war machine stall out?
Given the fact he never touched the fucking war machine with Draga, it's a very high chance that it stalls a lot.
Marty is only mildly peeved. It's like, it's fine. It's fine. Just start it up again. Don't at least we're not grinding the gears. At least we're not grinding the gears. We're not grinding the gears.
We hear something that sounds like a coconut being put through a juicer.
No.
And we do that for the rest of the day.
Yep.
Anyways, the way Jermina's teaching EV-3 how to dance is she's put a bunch of chairs in when you're teaching waltz, you use numbers. So Germina has just set chairs where those numbers would be, and then she's kind of like, I mean, EV-3 is kind of just swinging her from chair to chair, but she is using that to somewhat be on EV-3's height.
Sorry, you guys. I didn't play that right. Anyways. But yes.
Siobhan will invite Freya to play spades with her.
Okay. She will do that for sure.
Of course she will. I know Rhea just waits all day for Siobhan to invite her somewhere. Siobhan's like, hey, do you want to go to a place worse than hell? And Rhea's like, yes. You want to get naked with me in that place worse than hell? And Siobhan's like, what?
Nothing.
All right. As the traveling day comes to a close, you all press further out from the Tower of so I need you guys to mark off a day's worth of rations and water,
Alright.
and or spells slash whatever to be able to feed yourselves slash drink material.
As
Um,
they as they go, Siobhan will ask, genuinely. So, if necessary, I can absolutely create either food or water once a day.
Uh,
Push comes to shove, which one would you guys prefer?
Hey, Marty, judging by your face, when you made breakfast, and we had lunch, and we had dinner, that was food we could have, right? And that we do have
yes.
rations for the day?
Yes. Yes.
Are you lying to
Um,
me, baby?
well, really, the question I have for the party is, did we remember to stock up at Mordenkainen's?
Is that an option we had at Mordenkainen's to stock up?
I mean,
nobody asked.
It wasn't something that was presented to us, as far as I'm aware.
I
Uh-oh.
mean, he
I'm gonna be honest, I thought that I had asked, but
completely slipped our minds. We kind of got distracted.
Yeah, someone
So, back
join.
to my original question. Which one? I can do it once a day, maybe, if we don't get in a fight.
We have like 2 days worth of water left. We have no food.
Alright. Siobhan will spend a spell slot on create food.
Okay, fair enough.
Can we make notes to stop somewhere?
Right.
Maybe we should use that when we have the chance and we like stop for a second. We should probably use the summon the whatchamacallit, um the bizarre place. That
We
might be
don't have any
wise.
gold. We do not
We don't
have
have
any
any
gold.
gold, but so okay. Fuck, we forgot to pick up scrap. We need to pick up scrap for one thing, so we can sell that. Need to remember to do that far more often. Um, shit. Okay. I know we want. I know we want to be going after Braga Draga. I don't think we are prepared to go after Braga Draga.
And where you are bringing this up a days into our commitment to going after Ragadraga?
I for gore.
Okay. Well, this is a supreme logistic issue of which we are likely not going to recover. What I'm thinking is we go after Ragadraga, who is going to
We're
have
already
food.
here. We're already here. We
It
might as well
makes
go
us
for
more
it.
desperate. Not like we can
Uh,
afford to lose now.
nope, definitely not.
In that case, if we do make an escape, I am the most hardy of us, and frankly speaking, I mean,
Most
it's
delicious.
Marty.
I'm joking. I'm
Jesus,
joking.
Martha, what the fuck,
I'm.
What
dude?
did she say? What'd she say?
She called me
Sometimes.
delicious.
Sometimes I
What the
apologize.
fuck,
Are you denying that you are in fact a snack?
Siobhan?
Thank you, Siobhan.
I'm not a snack. I'm the whole meal and a bag of chips. God, I'm a buffet. I'm a fucking hero's feast. A snack. Kill yourself, all of you.
Love you,
God.
Jeremina.
I love you, Serena. I love you too. Only 'cause you called me delicious. Anyways, you all should know that I am definitely filled with lead. You will 100% get lead poisoning if you try to get on me. And vitamin A poisoning. I'm
Phrasing?
like if you,
That's the thing.
I'm like if you try to eat like a leopard shark or whatever. Like I do not eat vegetables.
Yeah, just pure polar bear meat.
Oh yeah. I'm just anyways. What anyways, what I was getting at is that I can go a few days without eating. Unlike
Like,
most of you.
like in the sense that you are like capable of not eating and acting at full capacity, or that you are willing.
I mean, capable and willing. It's not the first time. When I first got to Baldur's Gate, I didn't have anything. And then, I mean, even back in Luskin, when things got hard, I put food on my kids' plate.
That's pretty admirable.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean,
All right.
your parents had to have done it for you too.
Oh yeah. That doesn't make it any less admirable.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I guess we just. Well, Shaban,
Hmm.
how does your spell work?
How do you mean?
Like, when you create food, is it like. Does it stay forever? Like, are we allowed to have
It,
leftovers?
DM?
Let me look at the wording on the spell. I'm pretty sure it's
No,
only.
I'm asking you specifically. For the purposes of this campaign, how long do you want it to last?
Well, that's what. Oh, well, let me check. Okay. So as long as you guys have the containers, you can actually create food and water simultaneously, and it hangs around for 24 hours. But it tastes really bland and just kind of like crap from based on this.
Okay.
For I guess more personal purposes, I'm gonna have it be either one or the other.
Okay.
On any given day. But it will, yeah, just 24 hours. So we got to eat this in 24 hours. In like a, yeah, 24 hours. I don't know what a day is here anymore. So it does
Okay.
only stick around for a specific amount of time.
Okay. And is it just like an infinite amount of food?
No, no. It's like you know the like casserole containers.
Yeah.
It's like 5 of those.
Oh, okay. So theoretically, if so, I don't know about you guys. I could, if I had an entire day, I could get through one casserole. So I can make a single casserole work. There are 5 of us, including Rhea. So, Jeremy, I don't think there's necessarily be a reason for you to starve necessarily, unless you specifically want to be like, hey, someone have an extra breakfast or something like that. But even then, that's like, what's the point then?
Yeah, we should. I mean, we should be all set, but we should. Um, I mean, we should definitely hold on. I mean, we don't get a lot of opportunities to lay down. I would prefer to have Siobhan at full capacity with what on God's green earth we are about to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but in that case, I think we'd all be tightening our belt buckles, not just you.
That's sweet.
Which honestly, I kind of prefer.
That's only fair.
Yeah, like we can see about like what rations we have left, which honestly, I'm pretty sure are none right now. Um,
Would you mind if I took a crack at cooking while the rations low? I know a pretty good way of stretching them out, getting them out, that kind of thing.
I mean, I sure I pretty I can if we get our hands on some rations that'll last, I can make some snacks. That'll help us tide us over. But if you want to try taking over for proper meals, I don't see why not.
Thank you, Marty. Okay, well, um, our lot's been drawn. Our ill preparations have gotten us in the ass. Ragadraga is
I only hope.
what's in between us and Laugh. Um,
Jesus Christ.
So unless sparing Bragga Dragga or any of the others involves getting us money or food, um, I expect us all to remember that they are the type of individuals to torture and twist a man into a werewolf. What I'm saying is, don't just suffer through the duty of killing them. I think it's fair to enjoy it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Should we be not able to defeat them? Target ration stores
Yeah,
first?
steal.
Yeah, this is a raiding party before it's a murdering party, but also a murder party.
I will be murdering,
Mm-hmm.
and
You'll
then
be the
But the
distraction.
murdering is for fun. The murdering is for enjoyment.
yes.
Yeah. We need to raid. Ooh, Jaco.
Yes.
um, do you know where Braga Draga keeps stores of food and what have you? I'm assuming that with such a big war band, you guys have to eat have to have a pretty big larder.
Yes, all the, um,
Okay, so
kind of does
aim
stuff.
for the main war machine, which is going to be the most. But that's gonna be tough. Uh, but I mean, it gives us a target at the very least, as opposed to just sort of like, hey, that one.
And I do have something that they don't. What bam? Wings!
He knocks over every single dish in
Oh,
the kitchen.
yeah. Just like fucking cup spilling
Ah!
everywhere.
They do have wings.
Oh, well,
Oh,
not after I'm done with them.
No, not everybody can do it like Jeremina.
Yeah, I do it. Great. What bam? And then she'll like stop herself from extending the other wing.
Probably fly better than them. They
Thank you. I'm a bitch and I hate sharing, so.
I'm a bitch.
She is a sinner, and she's also happens to be a saint by virtue of being Zariel's daughter.
Alright, so.
All right. So, um, the rest of this travel day goes without incident. You find and see nothing really on the horizon. Passing by sort of those flaming fields that you drove across on your way to the bone brambles. But you find no warband. Um, so go ahead and expend another day's worth of food and water as you continue searching for Ragadrag.
Okay. Uh, that leaves us with. We would need to expend a thing from Shaban if we want to eat that day, and that would be the last of our water.
I think let's push. I think as we're gathering for that morning, Jeremina is kind of pacing. I mean, definitely antsy, like, definitely really approaching some kind of irritability. And she'll say, let's tough it out for a day. If we don't come across them, then let's eat.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
And everyone get really close to me, all within 10 feet.
For no
For
particular reason at
protection.
all.
Okay. I will roll.
Would that
for
actually help in
Rhea.
this case?
I will allow it in this particular case because it was Jeremina who suggested the course of action.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, everyone take +3 to your con save.
Fuck you.
Please pray for me.
I don't know if
I
that
got
saved
that
me.
one.
Oh god, I also got in that one.
All
So
right,
that
so
So
would be
that's
a
gonna be an
6
8.
with.
okay, one level of exhaustion for both of you.
Oh my
What?
god.
11
Is
exhaustion
that
for you.
with my bonus +3?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Damn.
What'd you get, Jeremina?
We 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 all on exhaustion.
Okay,
We all exhausted, baby.
Ray
Let's go.
Rhea is also on exhaustion. She
Ethan, I
rolled
got the
a
highest.
9 up.
I got the highest number.
Yes. Great. Great job, everybody. So, um, as you proceed into this next day, where you've all um, forwent eating due to the shortness of supplies, um, you eventually see a dust cloud ahead of you, hanging low on the sort of on the edge of the horizon, where the heat rising up from the Avernian wastes sort of is causing a warble and distortion on it. Um, it looks very similar to when you've seen other war machines out on the surface of Avernus, whether that be the Wandering Emporium and Mahadi, or at a distance when you saw Princeps Kovic and Thanor while you were driving past towards the Dragon Queen's palace. You can fairly assume that this is war machines of some.
I'm gonna be honest with all of you individuals. I plain plumb do not give a shit who they are.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
Oh boy.
Well,
Alright.
um,
I will be right back. I'm gonna try disconnecting and reconnecting.
Sounds good.
oh my god, what are we getting ourselves into?
Mars!
They said that they were just disconnecting and reconnecting.
Oh, I missed. My brain's gone today.
Okay.
They have 2 clears right outside the camera range.
It is like this the storm is once again picking up.
No worries. Honestly, due to what is going to be involved with this combat, we will be setting up the combat based on how you all would like to enter it. If you're going to go in and try to negotiate, or if you're just going to plow directly in, what your angle of engagement is, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to get that all set up, and then we're going to drop directly into it next time. Just
Hey
because
yo, we plowing?
yeah, just because I know that Sam has guests, and Muty, you are having, or sorry, Mars, you are having technical issues. So I think that that's probably the best way to leave it, because I have done a very foolish thing with what is to come, and I
Oh,
Oh
can explain.
no.
Oh
Hey, what?
no.
Hey, Jason, why do you say it like that?
I don't know.
No
Um,
reason.
Anyways, you all see what you believe to be at least one war machine out in this sort of cloud of dust, the warble of the heat sort of distorting what is within the cloud. Jeremina making the declaration of, it doesn't really matter who it is. What would you all like to do?
Um, Jermina's gonna go, can I get the spyglass?
Sure. I'm thinking that our best plan of option is to try to stay in their dust cloud to get as close to them as possible, and then just kind of get on them.
Okay, and then we just murder, maim, and massacre our way into food.
Yeah. I hope this is not like some
Well, I hope it's not that
charity.
necromancer bitch.
Yeah. It's probably not her. I'm just sort of hoping it's not like some like random like family that's like National
Random.
Lampoon's
Well,
Yeah, they're just
Vacation
going on
for
a little
Hell.
Hell?
trip.
If they're in hell, they're tourists, and if they're trapped here, they're victims. Jermina will launch herself into the sky and, using the spyglass, try to determine anything about the war machine.
Sure thing. Make a perception check with advantage, though I believe that would then be offset by your exhaustion, so it's just a flat roll.
Woo! 6!
6.
Ooh.
So peering into the spyglass and sort of into this large dust cloud on top of the sort of warbling distortion from the heat, the most you're able to make out sort of the winds going across Avernus, keeping this cloud very dense with the sort of red ash and silt that clings to the Avernian um, the Avernian waste. You're able to see one really large, dark, um, like blob, for lack of a better term. You can't really make out any sort of defining features, but just based on like its size, you know it is quite big.
Jermina will drop down, not making a 3-point hero landing, like she hits the deck like a bird pushed out of a nest. And she'll say, well, did not see shit. Did not know why I thought I was a person to do it. It's big. Big enough to hold food.
Let me see the spyglass.
Okay.
Siobhan is going to take the spyglass and do her best to see through the dust cloud whatever the heck is happening on the western front.
All right, fair enough. You can go ahead and make a perception check, flat roll.
All right.
We're doing so good.
Hell yeah,
Oh god. Is Foundry
can-
open?
it is.
Yeah, do you want me to roll it for you?
No, I just need to know my modifier.
Perception. Your modifier is +7.
Oh,
Cool.
that's a solid 10, baby.
Oh,
That's with the modifier.
That's with the modifier.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Getting them out of the way now. So, with a 10, from the deck of the war machine, traveling kind of parallel with whatever has or agitated this dust cloud, you're able to see that large shape that Jeremina described to you. You're not able to make out anything defining about it. Just again, its large size. Given the distance between you and it, you would conservatively place it at about twice the size of the war machine that you're standing on.
So it is big.
Thank
It's bigger
you.
than our war machine.
Yep.
That's all I fucking got. There's so much dust, dude. Why is hell so dusty?
Okay.
it's based on Yuma.
Well, how are we feeling about our chances?
I mean, there's so far only one of them, so we only have to focus on one target.
Marty, I love your goddamn enthusiasm. All right. let's just go fucking up alongside of them and hope if they're friendly we don't do something
That would be a war crime.
irredeemably. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
So to clarify, you guys be plowing. Is that what
We'd
I'm
be
hearing?
plowing.
Yeah, we
Okay.
are plowing. Like
Dyson
far.
Dynamics, join us as next session we roll all new characters.
All right. So, as you go ahead with the intention of closing the distance between you and this large blob, for lack of a better term, that you all have reasonably surmised is a war machine, as you get closer and closer and closer as the war machine. Uh,
Reasonably?
hmm?
Go on? No, sorry. I thought I was muted. I'm sorry.
Oh, um, the accelerator at its maximum and the war machine ripping over the wastes of Avernus. You get closer and closer and closer until eventually more of the scene comes into play. And what you see um, is a sort of large, twice as big war machine sitting in effectively a formation of four of those sort of manta ray like flat and wide war machines that you encountered at the Tower of Urm. There are people on the ground amongst all of them, and you've noticed that some of the ones that are in the war machines sort of closest to you, not the large war machines, but the two closest to you in sort of almost a guard or protection sort of configuration. The people standing around them have perked up and began pointing in your general direction. You guys are actually closer than this because you guys elected to um, sort of rush them. Um,
They're on the ground. There's no hit and run laws in hell.
as Marty has discovered already.
You can see the map on Foundry.
Oh fuck.
It
Okay.
it big. It
I love
biggin.
that we're inching.
So, this right here is about where we are going to roll initiative at the start of next combat. How this is going to work is there are only going to be four. There are only going to be four initiative rolls. So imagine it a bit like a sort of. There's going to be two separate battles going on. There's going to be war machines moving, and then if there are engaged creatures, so if there are crew members on a particular war machine that are engaging, they will either, if they're firing at range, like if they have longbows or stuff like that, they will fire on the initiative count of that particular war machine. And then if war machines get close enough for characters to jump and interact, they will have, all those characters will have their own initiative. That way, so we can just keep it kind of flowing with the war machines moving without really getting too far into the bookkeeping of the fact that Raga Draga, as you guys can probably see, has a lot of dudes. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that work
So
for
this
everybody?
is Bragadraga.
Yes. So now that we've gotten here, and as you guys are approaching, you see a large red sail-like banner across that twice as big um, twice as big war machine as yours, and you see it would be very familiar, specifically to you, Marty, that sort of almost tusk-like edifice that you saw on the soul coin, which is currently in your pouch, sort of emblazoned on the side of this large red sail-like piece of fabric that's sort of flapping from the center war machine. Jago, you would know that this is Ragadraga's war machine. That is the one which he rides into battle and where he does indeed keep his supplies, both material and like logistical, like things like that. Yeah. So, any questions with the map as it sits right now?
Nope.
Nope.
Can I ask an in-character question before we tune out?
Absolutely.
Jermina's going to turn to Jaco. She's gonna look him very seriously in the eye, and she's gonna say, first, honey, do you know the layout of Drago's big ship?
For the most part, yeah. I usually was the one taking care of all the items and getting him random because of the fact that I didn't willingly transfer.
Um, I know it's demeaning. I know you don't like it. We could probably, I can protect you. Marty gives you a bag of holding. We go in, raid the hell out of that place.
There's probably a few things that he hasn't touched yet that's kind of magical.
Yeah. You just do have to let me carry you, and I can get you there.
Well, there's a few spells that will probably do a lot of damage on, so that's fine.
Yeah? You're down for it?
It's better than the way I was treated, so, and plus I get to see
Literal
them all
carry.
burn, so.
Okay. That's rad.
That's
All right.
right.
Let's. Uh, all right. Yes, indeed. Let's ride. And with that, me, Familia, we will see you next time, where we will be engaging in some straight up Avernian War Machine based content. This, in particular, this is what I've been calling. There's two types of combats that I think fit within the book. This is one that I call a scramble fight versus a linear fight. A linear fight is kind of similar to two old warships pulling up alongside each other and they just shoot at each other and jump across. A scramble fight is all different war machines moving all different ways on a huge map. And that's what we're going to be playing with next time.
All right.
So,
Oh, I'm excited.
Thank you everyone for stopping by, and we will see you next week. Bye.
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 Bye.